guys, how are you doing? Good morning, depending on where you're seeing this video and the time you're seeing this video from. Happy International Women's Day to all the beautiful women around the world. You are strong, you are resilient, you are an epitome of beauty. Your impact in the world can never be overemphasized. I just want to wish you a happy Women's Day today, and also to tell you how beautiful and how strong you are. For some reason, I'm particularly so excited about this year International Women's Day. The Lord really has shown me how strong I am. I think this is one of the reasons why I'm so super excited. And I would go around the campus. As you can see, I'm in the campus. I'll go around the campus today to ask one or two individuals some questions regarding what they feel about International Women's Day celebration, and also the fight for women inclusiveness, the fight for women's representation and participation, and how far that fight has been. I'm going to ask them if they think the fight so far and where we used to be and where we are today, if there can be any sort of improvement, even though a lot of things have happened the past months, the Afghanistan crisis, the COVID-19, and how it has affected women greatly, and currently now in Ukraine, and women are always the one to bear the brunt of the war. So you're going to join me on this journey while I go around the campus to ask each student or anyone I can just see randomly, what do you think about today's International Women's Day? Stay tuned. Hello Hujam, good afternoon. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Please, could you tell us your name?
My name is Özlem Aras. I'm library manager.
Wonderful. I'm so happy to be here. And thank you for granting this interview with me.
Thank you very much.
And happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I want to ask you a question. You know, over the century, women have been fighting first for human suffrage, so that they will be, given the opportunity to be able to vote. But over the decades, we've seen women fighting for inclusion, fighting for equality, fighting for participation, to be drawn to the decision-making table, because we know that most of the societal issues and most of the children upbringing are under the influence of the women. Now, you're from Turkey, so I'm very correct. Can you tell us the situation in Turkey with respect to women's participation in politics, or are women being allowed to come to the decision-making table where men also participate to discuss on issues that affect the women and the children in the society?
In my country, nowadays, the women's situation is too hard because the past time our leader Atatürk gives Turkish women too many rights. For example, election rights, and he did lots of revolution in my country. But nowadays, we are losing our rights. It's look like. I don't know what is the reason, but I think all activities, also women's activities, is a political decision. And we loses our rights, and it's so sad, of course.
Now, can we say that women in their fight for participation and equality is more like one step forward and two steps backward?
Yes.
In a minute, we'll see women rejoicing. In a minute, we'll see women have been included both in the national an organization within the country and international. And for instance, now we have the first woman to head the World Trade Organization from Nigeria, Dr. Ngozi Iweala. We also have the first woman to be president or the vice president of the United States. So do you see that happening in Turkey anytime soon? Do you think there might be changes in Turkey, or what do you hope to see in Turkey?
Actually, in Turkey, we have a prime minister, woman prime minister. But I think the mind is important. The mind is definitely male mind. It's not. It's not benefit for women. I think the mind will be changed. The gender is not important, the mind is important. That's why I hope the gender and also the mind has got a woman will be a prime minister, our prime minister, or something else.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for this wonderful contribution.
Thank you.
I truly appreciate.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hello, hi.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please, could you tell us your name and where you're from?
My name is Shadi and I'm from Jordan.
Jordan. Whoa, wonderful, wonderful, Shadi. As you know, or you may not know, today is International Women's Day. And you know, women over the century have fought to be, given the opportunity to vote. And luckily, or thanks to Almighty God, we're able to achieve that. Now, over the decades, women have been fighting for, more inclusiveness. Women have been fighting for gender equality, because we need a gender balance. We need a gender equality in all sectors for a sustainable tomorrow. We can't, be sure of sustainable tomorrow. We can't be sure tomorrow where, almost 50% of the population are not invited to the table. Almost 50% of the population are not given the opportunity. And when we know most of the time, the children influence, and the children are under the influence of their mother for most of their young age and even adulthood. Now, I know that you have a special person in your life you would, want to talk to this moment, you want to send a message to, you would want to wish Happy International Women's Day to. Please, could you go ahead, Shadi?
Oh, sure. Just 1 minute to call her.
As you can see, guys, Shadi is trying to, contact the mother. He wants to wish the mother Happy International Women's Day. He wants to tell the mother how much he cherishes, how much he loves his mother. So hopefully the mother picks the call. Let's hear what he has to say.
Yes, she is speaking my phone. Hello, my mother. Just I would like to tell you I love you so much. And another thing I have to say to you, Happy Women's Day. And I would like to thank you for everything you have done for me. Thank you so much. It's really from my heart. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Shadi, for that surprise call. And I'm sure your mother will be so happy this moment, hearing from you, wishing her Happy International Women's Day and letting her know how much you cherish, and value her and all her contributions and everything she has done for you and is still doing. Thank you once again, Shadi.
Thank you so much. And
hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jennifer.
Please, can you tell us your name and where you're from?
My name is Ibinusa Oyerenuwa Ochehomo, and I'm from Edo State, Nigeria.
Wow, you're my brother, right, huh?
Definitely, I am.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Today is International Women's Day.
Yes.
I want to ask you, Ibinusa, what can you say about the role of women in our society today?
The role of women in our society, one, cannot be underestimated, and two, is important. Three, it is pivotal for the next generation. One thing you need to understand is that in the time past, societies and civilizations have neglected women. But in this our current time, it has proven that women are good leaders, sustainable mothers, and enduring mentors. Our civilization is preserved by women.
Wonderful. Our civilization is preserved by women. I can note that very well. Now, we know that women have tried over decades to participate, to be included, for gender equality and inclusiveness. But yet we are seeing little or no improvement, even though we can say some certain areas. For instance, we have the first woman Director General of World Trade Organization, and we also have the first woman as the Vice President of the United States. Can we say that is enough? Can we say our fight? Can we also now advise women to fight more? Or now, do you see that we would have a sustainable future where there will be equal representation and gender balance in our society? Do you see that in the nearest future?
Yeah, I see a future where women will be adequately represented in all sectors of society because of the move that is going on. Now we have, as you rightly said, those examples you give, the world is seeing that women are very important and it is sacrosanct and it is important.
Mr. Igbenosa, you know what interests me most now is the fact that the men of this generation not understand, the young men of this generation not understand the importance of women in our society. Even though they are not willing to change the status quo, but at least there is an improvement that they now understand. There is now the discourse in the society, and the narratives are beginning to change on the role of women and why women should be included in all sectors of our society. Now, when you compare this to our older generation who, really see the importance of women, who sees women as though they are just a mere tools or they are just a sexual object, and I can remember vividly where, you would hear people say that women are not supposed to be educated, and women's role, like your president said, Muhammad Buhari, that the wife's role ends in the kitchen. Now, what can you say about this generation? Do you think now that there is a sort of like awareness in the society, do you think this kind of narrative will change in future, that the men of today will beginning to see women, and even if they have women or girls children, they will beginning to value and appreciate the girl children rather than always hoping to have male children also?
Yeah, we have begun to see improvements, and even in the future it's going to be better, and we will reach a point where it may be 100%. What you can see now, you can observe like countries allow giving women becoming presidents in countries, women taking up significant roles in organizations. It shows, yes, women are moving towards that, and the fight needs to continue. Men these days have begun to understand that women are important. When you educate a woman, you educate a society.
Right.
And men have begun to understand that women have the ability to multitask. They can do many things at the same time. And when a woman is given a role or a responsibility, she does it even far beyond the man because of that God-given ability to nurture the family and the children. Those things come into play in whatever she puts her hand to do.
Amazing. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Thank you so much.
Even in Africa, especially Nigeria, fathers have begun to understand the role of the girl child. They find out that over the years, it's the female child that remembers the family. It's the female child that provides for the father. It's the female child that takes care of the father and even the mother in the old age. The male child thinks about his family, thinks about his wife, and probably the wife's family. So you see, history and things that happened in the past are making us understand now that women, do not forget the family.